The Garden of Wonders. In a town beyond the mountains, there lived a delightful boy named Rain. Rain's home was filled with love, laughter, and an assortment of furry friends, a puppy, a kitten, and even a rabbit. But Rain had a special passion, vegetables. While other children might turn up their noses at greens, Rain couldn't get enough of them. Crunchy carrots, juicy tomatoes, and crisp lettuce were his idea of a perfect treat. One morning, Rain had an idea. What if I could grow my very own vegetable garden? With determination shining in his eyes, he marched to the garden shed and emerged with tools almost too big to carry, a sturdy spade and a shiny watering can. The work was tough for small hands, but Rain didn't mind digging and turning the soil. He imagined the wonderful vegetables that would soon grow there. Days passed, and Rain planted seeds in neat rows. He whispered words of encouragement to each one. Every day, rain or shine. Rain tended the garden, watering the soil and keeping watch for any signs of growth. As the days grew hotter, tiny green shoots began to peek out from the earth. Rain was thrilled. He even crafted a scarecrow, dressing it in old clothes and giving it a welcoming smile. One magical morning, Rain discovered a tiny visitor in the garden, a ladybug as red as ripe tomatoes, with striking black spots. "Hello there, little one," Rain whispered, kneeling down to get a closer look. "Welcome to my garden. Feel free to look around." The ladybug seemed to wink in response before fluttering off to explore. Rain watched it go with a smile, feeling like the garden was becoming its own little world. Weeks flew by and Rain's garden flourished beyond his wildest dreams. The vegetables grew to extraordinary sizes, tomatoes as big as footballs, carrots as tall as Rain himself. Each day brought new surprises and Rain would rush out every morning to see what had changed overnight. The once empty backyard had transformed into a lush green wonderland filled with vibrant colors and delightful scents. News of the garden spread through the town like wildfire. Neighbors and strangers alike marveled at the sight. Rain beamed with pride as visitors oohed and awed over the gigantic vegetables. Some asked for gardening tips, while others simply stood in awe, wondering how such a young gardener had created something so spectacular. Rain was happy to share stories about the garden's growth and the joy it brought him. The day of the first harvest finally arrived. As dawn approached, Rain raced outside, basket in hand. His mother joined him, her eyes wide with wonder at the bountiful garden. Together, they picked ripe tomatoes, pulled up enormous carrots, and gathered handfuls of peas. The basket quickly filled with a rainbow of fresh vegetables, each one perfect and bursting with flavor. Rain's heart swelled with pride and joy as he carried the overflowing basket back to the house. There was so much to share with his family, friends, and neighbors. Rain decided to organize a big vegetable feast and invite everyone in town. He made plans, sent out invitations, and could barely contain his excitement as the day of the celebration approached. On the day of the feast, the whole town gathered in Rain's backyard. Tables were set up among the vegetable patches, and the aroma of delicious dishes filled the air. Rain even helped prepare the dishes, vegetable soup, fresh salads, and even carrot cake for dessert. As everyone ate and laughed together, Rain felt a warm glow of happiness, realizing that the garden had brought the whole community together. Rain reflected on the incredible journey. The garden had given him more than just vegetables. It had taught him valuable lessons about patience, hard work, and the magic that happens when you pour your heart into something you love. And so, in that town beyond the mountains, Rain's magical vegetable garden served as a reminder that with a little love and care, extraordinary things can grow from the tiniest seeds. The end.